Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today for our fall kickoff event for community college students. We're super excited to have you here. We have an awesome panel of speakers, and also we will be providing an overview of the Cal Law Pathways program and how to join.
So welcome everyone. My name is Michael Kiawit. I'm a Senior Director of Equity Community Impact at the Foundation for Community Colleges. And I just wanted to first congratulate all the students here for first taking the time out and taking your first steps on this legal journey. And any educators on the line as well, because I'd like to thank you as well for the support that you provided in the past to students and what you're going to provide in the future for them on this long journey. And so I talk about a journey because it's a challenging journey, right? And with any kind of challenging journey, you're going to need support. You're going to need help and navigation and peers and all those types of things, right? To get through, to persist, to kind of make it easier. And I think that's really what kind of Cal Law is about, right? Cal Law is about creating that village for all of you to create mentors, peers, uh, advisors, support mechanisms, resources, tools, so that it makes it easier for you to be successful in that journey and to help you get through some of those different challenging opportunities and challenging things that you're going to need. So I want to say it's it's a more important now more than ever, right? With what is going on in our country, with the rule of law, that we support your interest and your desire to become a part of the legal field, right? To be a part of this journey because it impacts society and it impacts who we are. And all of us as educators and all of us at Cal Law want to help you do that. We want to help you be whatever you want to be in that legal journey. We want to help you succeed. And that's really what this is all about. Let's talk, let's engage with each other, let's meet each other, let's create support systems for each other so you can be successful because we believe that you will be. So, with that, and talking about successful, I will kind of start bringing it into our keynote speaker for today, Alex Valdivia, a second-year law student at USC Gould School of Law. And I'll let him talk to you about his journey and his background and get you motivated about how and what he did to be so successful. Alex?
Thank you so much, Michael. Hi, everybody. My name is Alejandro Valdivia. I go by Alex. And I just want to say, first of all, shout out to Cal Law. This is very full circle for me. I graduated from community college in 2021, went to UCLA for undergrad after that, and now I'm at USC across town. But yeah, thank you all for having me. And of course, shout out to all of you guys, the students. This is your guys' first big step on your guys' law school journey. I remember being your guys' footsteps. Like, I was so lost. I still am very lost, I'll be honest, but you kind of learn that everything kind of gets figured out. Yeah, shout out to you guys all for being here. So I'm just going to share a little bit about my story and some words of advice for you guys as you guys embark on this beautiful journey that will take you and make you feel so many different emotions, but it all, one thing you will learn is that it all works out in the end. So just about a little bit about myself. Like I said, I went to Bakersfield College. I am a first generation low income student from the Central Valley. I didn't have any lawyers in my family. I didn't know anybody who could kind of help me or guide me prior to this program. Honestly, for much of the time, I felt like the odds were stacked against me. I wasn't a good student in high school. I was getting in trouble a lot. I was a troublemaker. But I knew I wanted to go to law school eventually. And I think this was really the program that solidified that for me. So if there's anybody out there who feels like that or has ever felt like that, just know you're not alone. And think of this as a fresh start for you all. You guys are starting on something completely new and can just completely change things for yourself. So anyways, like I said, I went to BC, Bakersfield College. If anybody went to Bakersfield College, shout out to you. But yeah, so this, like I said, this program really just helped me build a lot of confidence and sense of belonging for myself. And I really hope that it does that for all of you guys as well. It was the mentorship and exposure that really made me feel that law school was possible. And I am where I am today because of the mentorship I received from my advisors at BC and then my professors through the pre-law program. Just make sure you guys really make those connections and talk to those people and ask them, just pick their brain. They really do like it. I promise you, like you guys might think you're annoying, but just talk to them. So just some words of advice for you guys as you guys kind of go into all of this. I guess there's a couple of things I want to talk about, and the three things are belonging, mentorship, and persistence. The first thing is you guys need to realize that you guys do belong in these spaces, even if it feels like you don't. I know sometimes it's really hard. You guys are just getting started. You guys are kind of unsure, kind of what you're doing, honestly. But don't make that question your worth. You guys are here, and that's exactly what matters. Just keep going. This is literally the first step, and you guys have so much time to go. And second thing, like I said, mentorship is so important. Take advantage of the professors, the attorneys that you guys might meet, the peers, the people on this, what is it, panel, me as well. I will drop my email at the end. Please take advantage of all these resources. These people are here to help you. I wish I would have known that sooner. You don't really succeed alone. Like you need those people around you. So definitely take advantage of those resources. And then the last thing, like I said, is really persistence. Be okay with not having it all figured out. I still don't have it figured out. Keep asking questions and keep learning, constantly doing that. You will always need to keep doing that. I'm sure even the adults on this panel can tell you that they're still figuring some things out here and there. Just some practical tips for you guys to going into community college through this program is like one, stay organized. Deadlines and grades matter. So really do stay organized on top of your guys' stuff. You guys have a fresh start, like I said, completely change things for yourself. I did at least. Build those relationships early. Networking is really real. Reach out to me. Reach out to anybody on this panel. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to assist you, connect you with people, your pre-law advisors as well. And the last thing I would say is don't compare yourself. Everyone's journey is unique. I didn't realize that. I would often compare myself to my peers, felt like maybe I wasn't good enough or I didn't have the same path, but you realize kind of into it, it's all gonna work out and you have your own path. And with that being said, is like sharing your story. Like here I am telling you guys kind of where like how I've ended up here. That's really, really important. So yeah, just kind of talking a little bit more about my undergrad experience and now in law school. It's like I said, I went to UCLA. I'm still very lost there. I didn't have anybody that ever went to college or anything, so I was very lost. But I was able to find spaces that was clubs, internships, advocacy work. You guys can do the same at community college. And they didn't necessarily affirm my identity. I often felt left out even in those spaces, but I realized that what really matters is taking up space in those spaces and taking on leadership experiences. That really does matter. I guess that's really the reason I'm here today is like I made sure to kind of stay in touch with these programs and ensure that like I can take up some space and share my story because I think that really matters for students and knowing that like they're not alone in all of this. So I just want to remind you all of that. Now at USC, I serve on the Student Bar Association, which is really just a student government trying to change things. As always, I'm the admissions chair. I'm admissions. It's a controversial topic nowadays. All of those things are very controversial right now, but you guys, that's why I say you guys need to stay involved, reach out to people, stay in touch, find mentors, do all of that stuff. And I guess like the last thing I have to share is I reflect now on my journey and I realize I often forget to do this, but it's like I now am working at a law firm, making more money than both of my parents combined, not in the summer at least. But like it's one of the craziest experiences ever for myself. I never saw that for myself. I look back to community college, me sitting in on these panels and seeing how far I've come, and I'm like, wow, like things have really changed. And it was because I believed in myself. I have found the mentors I needed. I was persistent, and I want you all to do the same and know that it is completely possible to, you know, go to law school and do whatever you guys want to do. So don't ever think that I guess you guys could never really like not do that because you guys are here and you guys already are at your first step and you just got to keep going. And just to kind of close you guys out, that's a little bit about myself, how I got here. Still don't know how I got here. I still question it some days, but I'm happy I'm here. And yeah, I guess like this is really just for myself at least living proof that students from my own identity, whatever your identities may be, is they get into law schools, they go to amazing law schools, they go to undergrads, they get good college degrees, they get good jobs. You guys like that all is very possible and they thrive and do amazing things, I would say especially. I see it with my peers around me who also come from similar backgrounds. There's not a lot of us, I promise you, but we stick together and we really do try to help each other out. And you'll find that a lot as you build your way up through your legal career. And yeah, I just want to tell you guys that you guys will do amazing and just keep at it where you're at. Um, if I can do it, so will you all. And the last thing I want to leave you all with today that, like I said, has taken me so long to learn is that your stories and who you are and your identities are not a barrier into getting into law school, to getting into certain spaces, to going to the corporate world, to going to here, this, that. It really is just like it's your strength at the end of the day. And you need to share that with people. It's ultimately what sets you apart from so many people and what's going to carry you through law school and well into your career. So, yes, that's all for me. Thank you so much. And thank you so much to Cal Law for all the work you guys do.
Wow, that's so inspiring. Well, first of all, let's give a virtual round of applause for Alex. We're also very proud of you, Alex. That's amazing. I know the journey is long to law school and you've gotten very far. You know, you're almost at that finish line. It's really amazing and inspiring. So thank you. You know, Alex actually stepped out of his law school class right now just to come and connect with you all and share a little bit about his journey. So thank you, Alex, for taking the time out of your very busy schedule to do that. We all appreciate you and believe in you. So thank you so much. And just, you know, your journey from Bakersfield College to UCLA, and then from there to USC, that's, you know, exactly the kind of story that reminds us and kind of puts us into a perspective of why we're here today. Um, Again, not easy, first generation student. So thank you for sharing your resilience, your determination, and also just that community college is the starting point for so many of these powerful journeys. It's a place where the doors open, networks begin, dreams, you know, gain momentum. Community college students are some of the most resilient, amazing, you know, determined learners. And many of our law schools and undergraduate partners do say that, you know, they love working with community college students. So thank you for just being a testament of that. And I would also just like to thank Michael, our director, Kiowit. He is the senior director of the equity programs at the Foundation for California Community College. So he supports our program and several other equity programs. So I just want to thank him for being an advocate for underrepresented students, community college students, for the Cal Law Pathways program from a state system level. And you know, especially with everything going on right now, we you know appreciate that leadership. So thank you to you both. And we can go ahead and move on now to the next segment. I'll start by introducing myself. I'm Gladys Puente Valentine. I'm a program manager here at the Cal Law Pathways program, our statewide pathway program. And I wanted to share with you some of our program offerings. Great. And you know, before we kind of dive into all of this, want to see if we can actually take a picture. We wanted to take a virtual picture and then tag some of you and some of your campuses. So if we could just take a quick second to go into gallery mode and take a picture. Okay.
I can take a screenshot of everybody. So I'm going to ask you to smile. Sometimes technology does wonky things. You may be smiling for a while, but I promise you it'll be worth it when this picture looks really good, okay? So everybody smile, and I'm going to take a screenshot, okay? Pictures are done.
Awesome.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
smiling
all.
for
And thank you,
me.
Michelle. Thank you so much. Awesome. All right, let's get started. So, I'd like to share with you what Cal Law is all about. So, California Law Pathways is a statewide initiative that connects underrepresented students, many of whom are first generation college students, with resources and experiences that they need to succeed in law school and beyond. So, from high school, community college, through law school, Cal Law is one of the most comprehensive pathway programs in California. We have 95 partner schools. So in collaboration with our community college partners, Cal Law provides academic support, mentorship, career exploration, and early exposure to hands-on pre-law experiences. And I'll go ahead and walk you through some of the benefits that you get if you join the Cal Law Pathway Program. So one is special recognition in undergraduate and law school applications. So students that earn the Cal Law certificate, which is recognized at 16 ABA accredited law schools and 20 four-year institutions, do receive that special recognition. That is when you're applying to the four-year partner school and to the law school. And then when you apply to law school, you would receive a fee waiver to those partner law schools, so you wouldn't have to pay for that application. And then there's also academic, career, and transfer support. So there's academic advising and transfer support throughout your academic journey, informative webinars about how to get support with applying to law school. And this is all for Cal Law scholars and first generation underrepresented students. There's mentorship and financial resources. So there's exposure to lawyers, judges, law school deans. So at all of these events that we have, you get that direct connection with the legal community. And then also, just your mentors on the campus. There's a pre-law faculty champion. So there's a professor on campus that is dedicated to the pathway and can provide support when it comes to your classes. You most likely will have classes with this professor. There's always different events on campus, like days at the court, visits to law schools. There's just each campus organizes their own unique pre-law events. And then the counselors, they're going to be really critical to be able to provide you with that academic guidance around the classes to take, majors, just kind of how to stay on track for that legal career. And then there's different like stipend opportunities that we offer throughout the year. And there's also priority access to pre-law events. So for our statewide program, we have a Pathways to Law Summit every year, and that's in person. So students that are Cal Law scholars, they get priority access to registration for that event. We also have several other events throughout the year, like Law Day, Constitution Day, Day at the Court. So those are all benefits that you'd get, when joining the program. And now I will walk you through our student roadmap. So this outlines the program milestones and steps from community college to law school. So to officially join, you will need to complete a sign-up survey for our statewide program. And just want to say, taking the survey is really important. It will take, maybe 5 minutes to complete, but that's the way that we have the most, current information for you. We're able to connect you with the right resources and also with your faculty champion at your community college, because we'll be able to connect you with them. And then also it helps us to understand the types of resources, that you're interested in, and add you to our mailing listserv. So you'll get emails every 2 months with all of the, events and resources that are current. So that's the first step is signing up. And then after that, our students are expected to participate, and attend different pre-law events that are happening either at their local campus or statewide. And these are really helpful because, they help you explore careers and build different connections. And then after that, you sign up and whatnot, you will also be connected with your faculty champion and counselor. And the counselor will, go over the requirements for Cal Law certificate. I can, briefly share what some of those are. So to earn the certificate, you'll complete a 7-course pattern, and those 7 classes that you take, that builds ABA, the American Bar Association core competencies. So you're building, skills that strengthen your pre-law exposure needed for success in law school. So, with meetings that we've had with different law schools, they do value, that certificate, and see it as pre-law exposure for our students. You'll want to maintain good academic standing, but definitely check in with your counselor on campus about that. Fulfill any other, local, state requirements. And the list of classes is on the right side of the roadmap, but we also have that all listed in the some resource guides that we have available for you. And once you're applying from community college to a 4-year institution, that's when you're going to want to make sure that you highlight that you're a Cal Law Scholar on your application. And again, we do have guides. You can reach out to us. We can help out with that. But for our partner schools, you'll definitely want to make sure that you know that you're a Cal Law Scholar. And also check with your counselor to make sure that you've met, all the requirements for that certificate. Once you're at the 4-year institution, that's when you're going to want to connect with your Cal Law community. So there are pre-law advisors on that campus that are connected to our program. So you'll want to definitely connect with the pre-law advisor because they're going to have just a wealth of resources. They can connect you to other pre-law, organizations, student groups. They're going to help you plan ahead for law school and make sure that you have, a healthy timeline for your LSAT prep and applications. And through our program, we have a directory, so we will also be able to share that with you so you can, connect with these partners. And once you complete your bachelor's degree, during that time, you're also going to be prepping for the LSAT and also making sure to take advantage of pre-law resources that are free, like Access Lex, LSAC. You'll want to take, a look at all the resources that they have there because they do have free tests actually that you can, take. And also there's roadmaps that they have where you can kind of plan, when you're going to do your LSAT study and when you're going to apply. So that's 2 resources that are very, very valuable that you'll want to look at. Also at that time, once you're at the undergraduate level and you're applying to law school, again, that's when you're going to want to look at our partner school map to see what law schools, we're partnering with. And when you're applying there, then you'll want to use your Cal Law status. So you're going to want to put on the application that you're a Cal Law Scholar. You'll want to talk about that in your personal statement and also make sure that you get the free fee waiver as you're applying. And we do have a list of partner schools, so you can take a look at that and see which ones are our participating partners as you're building out, your list for the schools that you're applying to. And then next slide, please. This is a list of our participating schools. So the community colleges that have a Cal Law program, our 4-year partners and also law school partners. And I'll just say it again, but being a Cal Law Scholar, it gives you a special recognition in the admissions process to the 16 ABA accredited law schools in California. There's a total of 17, so we almost have, all the campuses that are partners, and 16 4-year institutions across California. And again, this recognition means that admission teams know you've completed a rigorous 7-course pathway. You have those, pre-law skills. So it sets you apart, in the applicant pool, signals your commitment, your preparation for the legal profession. So just, keep in mind that while this, certification, the special recognition, it can strengthen your application, but admissions is ultimately, it's very competitive. It's not guaranteed. So GPA, LSAT, personal statement, those are all very important factors in admissions decisions. You can apply to law school with any major. So it does not need to be a traditional pre-law major. You can certainly study, biology, and go off and become an amazing environmental lawyer or, any type of lawyer that you want to be. So again, checking in with your counselor is very important, just to see how you might pair your certificate with the major that you're studying, or, if you're not interested in the certificate, then, you can also still apply to law school. So just wanted to share that. And next slide, please. Okay, so we have exciting events and resources available through Cal Law this entire year for our students. We have several for community college students, so definitely go to our website, check them out, register. I want to put a plug in for this year's Constitution Day. It's a very special topic. This year's Constitution Day dives into the 4th and 5th Amendments, your constitutional rights to due process, and how they connect to modern immigration enforcement in Southern California. So you will be hearing directly from the leading attorneys, Mohammed Shazar, who's a senior staff attorney at the ACLU of Southern California, and Rebecca Brown, immigration attorney from Public Counsel. So they're going to unpack the Vasquez-Perdomo versus Noam case. That is a class action lawsuit that's challenging the unconstitutional stops, arrests, and denial of access to attorneys in Southern California. So many of you may have seen in the news, you may have heard, you may have experienced, some of this, where there were massive ICE arrests, detentions all over the nation and California, but, in Southern California. So the attorneys that are leading, some of the lawsuits against this, they're going to be at our Constitution Day next week. So definitely, would love to see you there. If you have a chance, definitely register. We also have, several other events that are planned for the year. During the fall, what we usually do is application workshops. So some of you may have just started community college. Some of you might be kind of midway. Some might be, kind of getting ready to apply to graduate and transfer. So we have events for all of you. In the fall, we have application events with our partners. So if you want to learn more about how to apply to the UCs, the UC partners, well, tomorrow, for example, we have a UC transfer planner workshop. So you will learn about how to do the transfer planner, how to start it, and it's a workshop. So you'll learn about what it is, but you're also going to get hands-on support with the actual TAP planner. We have, CSU application workshop, also for private schools. So you can come and learn about, okay, I'm a Cal Law Scholar, like, how do I do this application? Any questions that you have, our partners will be there to help you. It's also a good place to meet them. Maybe you're not ready to apply it, but you want to be ahead of the game and you want to learn how to do it. So definitely all are welcome. So definitely come on by. There's also going to be a workshop with law school admissions deans. So if you want to learn more about how can you already prepare now as a community college student, then definitely stop by that. In the spring, that's when we have our career exploration workshop. So you'll learn more about different careers in the legal field if you want to become an attorney, or maybe you want to be a paralegal. So there's also going to be a panel on legal careers that don't require a JD. So you can learn more about that. And those are all going to be in the spring, along with our Pathways to Law Summit. That's Friday, February 20th. And this year it's going to be held at UC Law San Francisco. So if you're a Cal Law Scholar, currently in the program, make sure to reach out to your faculty champion just to learn more about how to register. And next slide, please. Okay, so without further ado, I'm excited to introduce two incredible champions of the Cal Law Pathway. First, Dr. Kenneth Cheprestrat. He's a professor at East Los Angeles Community College, longtime faculty champion and advisory council member to Cal Law State program, whose leadership and passion have shaped, this program for many years. And also Liz Shaker. She's a counselor at College of the Canyons, who's been an outstanding advocate and guide for students pursuing the law pathway, and has also helped us at the statewide program develop a lot of our resources for our students. So we thank you both, and I'll pass it on.
Thank you, Gladys. First of all, folks, let's give a round of applause to each and every one of you for being here today. Folks, this is a kickoff. This is a kickoff event to kick off your incredible, amazing journeys to become lawyers, folks. That's why this is such an important event. Folks, what we heard from the amazing Cal Law scholar like Alex, or from all of the folks that have just spoken, Michael, Gladys, folks, is the idea, is the concept that this is a community. Folks, in this Zoom room is your community, right? It's your community of folks that are going to cheer for you, that's going to be there to support you, to be there to guide you on this path that we are kicking off right here, right now, folks. So with that being said, I'm here to talk about what being a Pathway to Law School student, a Cal Law scholar is when it comes to your day-to-day life on campus as a community college student in the program, folks. So it is a wonderful program. Each of the faculty champions, your professors, your counselors that are in the program for you, they are designing each and every day a wonderful program that includes academics and extracurriculars, folks. In terms of academics, you saw the 7-course pattern. You're taking courses that are going to help you, that are going to give you that foundation, that's going to really give you the skills as well as knowledge that you will build on, and grow as you venture towards law school and becoming lawyers. So that, folks, those courses, they're going to help you, right? So you are going to be taking those courses, but at the same time, folks, you will have extracurriculars as well. Each of your professors, each of your counselors are helping each other to design various events, whether it's in, well, we have various things like mock trial, folks. Various campuses do that, right? To have mock trials so you can simulate being a lawyer, right here, right now. You can start practicing. You can start putting yourselves in those shoes. Field trips are often there, folks, whether it's to courthouses, to various legal events, law-related events, and to law schools, folks. So there are field trips. There's all sorts of other things that can happen too. Internships. You heard Alex talk about the internship opportunities that come your way by being part of this program, being exposed to the legal career at the community college level, folks. A lot of folks are envious of you. They envy you that you have this opportunity to do something and actually kind of get into the world of law, even right now at the community college level, folks. So that is something that is going to benefit you as well, right? All of those connections, all of those resources, those preparation resources. We have all sorts of things to help prepare you. I saw some folks in the chat said, should you be thinking about the LSAT, the law school admission test? Yes. And if you want to start having nightmares right here, right now, yes too, right? I still have nightmares from my LSAT days, folks, but it's never too early to start. And the Pathway to Law School program and Cal Law Pathways are here for that, to help you with preparing for the LSAT, knowing how to take the LSAT, folks, so you get an early advantage there too. Financial aid resources, folks. Folks like to say, oh, law school is too expensive. Can't afford it. Guess what? There are people here that say it is affordable if you know how to navigate it, if you know how to seek out the resources. And guess what? Cal Law Pathways and your faculty champions, your professors, your counseling champions, your counselors, they can help you with that as well. All of this is to say that when you go through this, folks, this program, you're going to meet some incredible people. Lawyers, attorneys, right? Judges, various professionals in, whether it's the legal community or even professionals with law degrees doing something else, folks. They are committed, they are partnered with all of the different Pathway to Law School programs throughout the state and part of this Cal Law Pathways network. These individuals are committed to paying it forward because they believe in you. They want to mentor you. They want to give you as much of just a preview of what's to come so that you can get the guidance, so you can know what to do and what not to do. They're here for you. They're here for you, like I mentioned, with internships and other experiential learning opportunities so that you can get kind of the hang of it before you even get to law school, right? And not only that, folks, these lawyers, these legal professionals, these folks with law degrees that are there to not only become guest speakers during our program events, but also to be your mentor, right? You heard Alex. He mentioned that he found mentorship. These lawyers are there. They're committed. They're doing this out of the goodness of their heart for free, folks, for free, because they believe in you, right? They are there to speak to you, to show you the way, to share the ups and downs, the pitfalls, the burdens, the challenges, all of the obstacles that they faced, but the fact that they have overcome that, they want to help you overcome any obstacles that are in your way as well. So folks, this is your community. You are building a community that includes your fellow students locally at your college, in your Pathway to Law School program, in your Pathway to Law program. They are there. You're part of the same group, and that group is just really folks who are interested, curious about law. They're like-minded, they're driven. They're gonna be part of your network, your initial family. That's their family too, folks. It's great to take these courses, these 7 core courses together. You're building that cohort model. You're building that initial network within your college. You're building that network with the lawyers who are getting to know you by being part of this program. You're building that network. You're building that community there too. All of those lawyers are going to help you. They're going to know your name. They're going to possibly write letters of recommendation, maybe spread your name to others that they know who might be interested in working with you, right? You're building this network, and you're building a statewide network, because Cal Law Pathways, all of the folks that you see here have organized a wonderful, a dynamic, a supportive, a life-changing network, a community for all of you. This community is huge, folks, and you're part of that. And we're here for you. Every one of us is here for you. So that's another thing. Last but not least, folks, it's also a community that will help you overcome any imposter syndrome that you might be experiencing. When you're part of this community, you will know that there are others that feel and experience the same apprehensions, the same fears, the same nervousness. And it's not just your fellow students that will reveal that they are nervous, that they feel the imposter syndrome. The lawyers, the accomplished lawyers, the super judges that come to speak to you, to mentor you, they will share with you that they have faced the imposter syndrome, and they continue to face the imposter syndrome. Everybody faces the imposter syndrome, folks. So don't feel that you are alone in this. Know that you have a community that is there to support you with resources to help you overcome anything that you face. And most importantly, folks, many of the lawyers that have come to speak, whether it's my program here at East Los Angeles College, or from what I heard from my colleagues at the other colleges with the Pathway to Law program, those lawyers share one thing that drives them, one thing that helps them to keep them on track and to kind of silence that imposter syndrome, is the sense that they are representing something greater than themselves. They are representing their communities. Folks, our legal profession, our law schools need to reflect who we are as a people. It needs to reflect that. It needs to have more people that are like us. The lawyers that have come to speak, they faced various challenges, various things when they were entering law school and entering the legal profession. They felt that doubt, but then they told themselves they are representing their communities. They are, by being there, by taking ownership of that space in law school, in the legal profession, in the courtroom, in the various places that lawyers practice their craft. They are owning that space. They know that that space is going to belong to them so that they can pave the way and inspire others in their community to do the same, to follow in their footsteps. That's something to always keep in mind. In the words of my good friend A.J. Howell Williams from Santa Clara University, he says, education is elevation. It is, folks. Education is elevation. You're not only elevating yourselves, you're elevating others. You're elevating your community. You're elevating your family, your neighbors, your classmates, everybody who can look to you and follow you and say, you know what? If that person can do it, I can do it too. That's what Cal Law is about. That's what Cal Law Pathways is about. And we, as faculty champions, that's what we're professors, we call ourselves, the counseling champions, the counselors, they call themselves that as well. That's what we're doing. We're championing you. We are championing you, folks. So with that being said, I now turn to my super awesome, super counselor, colleague, counseling champion, Liz Checker. Folks, so I now turn it over to her.
Are too kind, Dr. Ken, and thank you. I always love your enthusiasm and excitement. Welcome everybody. We are so excited to have you here. I am Liz Checker. I'm a counselor at College of the Canyons, and I've had the privilege of working with this great team. I think COC is now going into our 9th year of the Pathway to Law School program. And every year, this team goes to the next level. And I have to tell you, welcome to this new incoming class. We have some real exciting things planned with Cal Law Pathways. So we're excited that you're here. I wanted to share some ways that you can really maximize your involvement with Cal Law Pathways on your community college campus. There are so many ways to get to one place. And I hope you can tell now, like after each speaker, I hope you feel that you've got a team behind you. With Pathway to Law School, you are not alone on this journey at all. And there is a whole team behind you supporting you. And one thing we really want to make sure, I have a lot to share, but just for time, I've tried to summarize it into like 3 main bullet points we're going to go over today. Really connect with your Cal Law counselor and faculty champion. Every program has a designated Cal Law champion counselor and faculty champion. Your counselor is here to help you develop your journey while you're here at the community college. There's so many ways to get to one place, and there's no cookie cutter formula to get into law school. You could be any major. So with that, your counselor can discuss with you kind of what major is a good fit for you, what you're interested in. You could be any major. Law exists in every single discipline. So the important thing is to pick a major that you enjoy so that you do well and capitalize on your strengths and what you enjoy learning. There's no traditional major for law. You could be any major to go into law school. You really need your bachelor's degree so that you can go on to law school. So your counselor can help you map out those courses. And I just want to share, sometimes students think earning the associate's degree or an associate's for transfer is all you need to do to transfer. And that's not always the case. So I urge you, meet with the counselor because some schools have very unique requirements. And that's what the counselor can help you put together your personalized comprehensive ed plan for you to know semester by semester what to take for your classes. And we really want you to focus on doing well, set yourself up for success as you are mapping out your classes with a counselor so that you don't overload. It's really important that you have a manageable course load every semester so you can give 100% to your coursework, to your personal responsibilities and obligations outside of school, and your involvement in any family responsibilities or work responsibilities. So it's really important to balance that, and having those conversations with a counselor, I think, will be very helpful. There are so many different associate degrees at the community college. If you pick your classes wisely, you will definitely earn maybe 1, 2, or multiple degrees. There is a new associate's degree that was developed in the last few years. It's an Associates of Arts for Transfer in Law, Public Policy, and Society. And that aligns so perfectly with the 7-course pattern that Gladys shared earlier that you need to take as Cal Law scholars anyway. So that is a degree you might want to look into with your counselor as you are planning out courses. While you're at the community college, understand the different transfer pathways. We are so excited this year, 2025, we have a new Cal GETC GE pattern for the UCs and the Cal States. And all the new incoming students that are starting college this fall, 2025, that is your GE pattern you're following for transfer. Those of you that are returning students to the community college, you may benefit from switching to the Cal GETC. So that's a great conversation to have with your counselors to see how far you are. You may benefit from doing the Cal GETC. There are fewer GE requirements as part of that general ed pattern. Understanding your transfer pathways involves really knowing, becoming familiar with the ASSIST website. That is our transfer database between all the California community colleges, Cal States, UCs, and some private schools. Most colleges have an honors program, get connected with honors. Understand if you want to go to a UC campus, there are transfer admission guarantee programs. See if you qualify for a tag and start learning all this language and information now so it's easier at the time that you are ready to transfer. If you're interested in transferring to a Cal State University, they have a transfer success pathways program, which is like a guarantee admissions to the Cal States. But that is something that is open just to first-year college students. You have to sign up for these transfer success pathways actually till October. You have until October, and it's for first-time college students in their first semester at the community college. So understand what transfer pathways are available to you, and be good to yourself. Give yourself enough time to study. As you're planning your coursework, make sure that you know that study formula. For each hour you're in class, incorporate at least 2 to 3 hours outside of class to dedicate to studying. Oftentimes I work with students and I see that they are physically making it to class or logging in and making deadlines online, and going to work and doing all their other responsibilities, but may sometimes neglect the amount of time to study. So set yourself up for success. Make sure you're planning 2 to 3 hours outside of class for each hour you are in class. So those are some things that your counseling champion can help with. Your faculty champions, they are amazing. You just heard Dr. Ken speak, so he's exemplified, the greatness of all of our counseling, our faculty champions. They really can assist with mentorship. Have those conversations about your career areas of interest within law. Ask questions. Learn about the different specialty areas. They can set you up with mentors, attorney mentors, judge mentors, law school mentors. So really take advantage of the resources you have. And last I want to share in this first bullet is to maintain academic integrity. As a student, again, set yourself up for success. Put in 100% in everything that you commit yourself to. You are going into a profession where your integrity is very important. And you've all chosen this career. It's a very noble profession and career where you are representing people. Represent yourself well as a college student. Do your work. Be honest in your work. Understand what the requirements are in each of your classes and your instructors' expectations in each class. Do they allow you to use AI? Do they not? Be aware of that and understand how to properly cite your work. And there's so much support on campus to help you with that. So be good to yourself, set yourself up for success. Really learn to learn, not just to check off a class off a checklist. Engage yourself in your courses so that you are walking away with more knowledge. The more knowledge that you have, the easier this journey is going to be and the stronger law student you're going to be when the time comes. And really, you heard this from everybody that's spoken, this sense of belonging. Get involved. You belong here. There is a space for you. We want you to get involved and develop your transferable leadership skills. join different groups and organizations on campus. Go to your instructor's office hours, get to know them outside of class, understand their journey. How did they decide to go into this profession? Everybody, you could learn from everyone's experience and share your goals with your instructors. They are all well connected within their discipline, within their career field, and they can serve as mentors as well. So take advantage of each of your instructors. They are here to support you. And I think that's the beauty of the community college. Our classroom sizes are intimate. Your instructors get to know you by name. You make that effort. Let them know who you are behind your grades, your interests, your passions, because they can certainly help you on this journey. And with student clubs and organizations, you're already connected here. Like, we've got this great family that loves you. There are lots of other families on campus that might be real great fits for you. So take advantage of other student clubs and organizations. Many schools have like a pre-law club, a speech and debate team. I know I have a lot of students interested in business law. Let's get involved in a business club, Future Business Leaders of America. There are clubs on campus associated with your major, with your career, community service, civic engagement, and faith-based clubs on campus. So find your people and connect with them. And those are the relationships. I think Dr. Ken shared, like, that's one of the real big things. If you ask people, what do you remember from your college experience? Oftentimes it's the relationships. It's the relationships they've had with their peers, with their faculty. So start creating those relationships now. Engage in your in-person classes. I really encourage you. Right now, we have so many different modalities of how we teach classes: in person, online, online live. Whenever you get an opportunity to take in-person classes, I really encourage you to do that so that you can really build those connections with your faculty and your peers in class. Law school, most law school programs, there are some online law school programs, but most of them will be in person. So start engage in in-person classes now to make that journey easier when you get there. I know we're getting close on time, and this is supposed to end at 5. Am I okay do I need to wrap this up, or are we
Oh, no,
okay?
that's okay. If, I do want to be mindful of everybody's time. So if you need to leave at 5, that's, totally okay. We can stay on an additional 10 minutes if folks want to.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
continue.
Thanks, Gladys.
Of course, of course.
So, and then pursue internships and volunteer opportunities while you are here to really maximize your time. Your time is going to go by so quickly. Really try, and I know some of you might be thinking, I might be just a first-year student. I'm not ready to do all this. That's okay. The more you know, the easier it is to make decisions along this journey. And maybe think of committing to 1 or 2 things this year. But just know your options. What are the internships available to me? We've got internships with the LA District Attorney's Office, the Public Defender's Office. There are volunteer opportunities through Neighborhood Legal Services. So these are things that your faculty champion and your counseling champion can assist you with. We've got career services on campus that can help you with that. So you have so much information and resources at your fingertips. So we really want you to just take advantage of them. And anyway along the journey, if you're struggling with anything, ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're struggling in any of your classes, go to instructor's office hours and ask for help. All colleges have a free tutoring and learning center. There's free tutoring support in most of all the disciplines. Create study groups. Work with your peers to get through your materials. And then also there's so many other support services on campus, programs like Extended Opportunities Programs and Services, EOPS. That is a program to support students through their journey here at COC or all community colleges. We've got the Academic Accommodation Center. If you have any kind of learning disability or health condition that might impact you, there are accommodations. We want to make sure that you are set up with the tools and resources you need to be as successful as possible. And I think that's one of the differences between high school and college is, like, college, there's so much available, but you need to seek these services on your own. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask. Get connected. Earlier, Dr. Ken mentioned financial aid. There is so much assistance to help students finance college. So seek out their financial aid advisors. We've got basic needs centers on campus. They have just so much support to help students, from simple things like grab and go snacks, or working with students that are struggling with housing insecurity. So there's really something for every need that you have. And if we don't have it on our campus, I know we will look within the community to see how to get you connected. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Other resources are that are so valuable on campus is Student Health and Wellness, the Mental Health Center. Being a college student can be very overwhelming. You're managing a lot, navigating a lot, and sometimes life challenges happen along the way, and it's hard to cope and process that. There's free personal counseling on campus, and all of that is confidential through the Mental Health Center. Puente program, Umoja Scholars, MESA programs. These are all programs to help support students with their academic career goals while you are at your college. So really take advantage of what's available. If you don't know what some of these things are, ask. And go onto your website, ask us, we'll be available for questions at the end. And most importantly, enjoy this process. Life goes by so quickly. Really take time to enjoy this process at the community college, build those relationships and networks, and know that we're all here to support you. So we are excited for you, and can't wait to kick off this year with you. And that is what I have to share.
Yes, thank you so much. That was incredible. Thank you, Dr. Ken. Thank you, Liz, for sharing this wealth of information and resources. This is really a lot. We appreciate you so much. And just for inspiring our students and being that, mentor always available, for our community of students. So thank you so much. We are going to open it up now for a question and answer session. And, folks, we are so fortunate to have both the pre-law professor, we have a counselor here. So any questions that you have, they're here for you. We want to make this a very comfortable, environment. So if you'd like to, go camera on, unmute yourself to ask a question, go ahead and do that. If you prefer to ask the question in the chat, then we're also going to be looking at the chat to answer questions. Okay, I see the first question. Where can we find the survey to register and be part of Cal Law? We will go ahead and send that in the email. So everybody who registered will get that information, and we'll also drop it in the chat box right now.
Go ahead, Arturo.
Yes, hi. Thank you for the presentation and welcoming us to this space. I think my question is very direct, is if we already participate in the Pathway to Law School program at ELAC, what does that mean for Cal Law Pathways? What does that mean for the coursework, and how can we get involved? Or yeah, that's my question. Like, if I'm already part of one program that happens to be a partner, what does that mean for me being at Cal Law Pathways?
Okay, are you currently a student at ELAC and you're part of the Cal Law Pathways program?
Yes, I am. I'm currently a part-time student at ELAC, full-time student at UCLA for a different program.
Oh,
So
okay.
I am trying to apply to law school by the time I get my bachelor's from UCLA.
That's amazing. Okay, and did you get your Cal Law certificate? Did you take that course pattern?
No, I have not.
Okay. So yeah, we can email and meet and kind of just chat it out. But definitely we have resources for all of our, Cal Law participants and students. So we do have pre-law advisors at UCLA that we can connect you to
Oh,
make
that'd be
sure that you
great.
can yeah, with resources there. I know they have also like pre-law institute programs for undergraduate students. So
Yeah.
yeah, our program, we just ask that you kind of sign up, whether it's at the local level, where you're at, or through the statewide program. And
Okay.
that's the survey that we have. So we just ask you to sign up so we have that information. And yeah, and we're happy to connect you with both undergraduate and law school partners.
Okay, cool. Great. Yeah, I see the link to the survey. I'll fill it up and then we'll follow up there.
Yeah, send us an email so we can meet and talk and get to know you a little bit more, see what your, what you're interested in, and we'll go from there in terms of connecting you to like the pre-law advisors and professors there.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you so much, y'all. Y'all have a great day.
Of course. And also, sorry, I forgot to mention, please do also look at our website because we have events. So
Yeah.
if there's events, and let's say there's an attorney that just really spoke to you and you want to get in touch with them, then maybe we can do an introduction, and connect you to that attorney, and that can also lead to mentorship or internship opportunities. There's so many, I think networking is just so important, for getting into college or, jobs once they actually know who you are and what you're doing. So we're happy to also facilitate that.
Great. I love it. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Proud of you, Arturo.
Okay. Bye. See you later, Dr. Ken. Take
See you
care.
later. See you later.
Bye.
Okay, I'm looking at the chat. Do you track transfer success rates for pathway students? Like how many students make it into CSU, UC, and then, sorry, there's something here, other partner law schools. Yeah, so we did just recently complete a report for the Chancellor's Office for the state, and we looked at the student success metrics for the last 4 years. So we do have that information. Let me go ahead and pull it up. We have an impact snapshot that I can share with you. Okay, so what we found, so the last 4 years, is that nearly 5,000 students participated in the Cal Law Pathway School Initiative. 1,045 students successfully completed the required course and program and transferred, graduated from the community college. 141 students transferred and enrolled specifically at a UC campus. So we do partner with some privates and CSUs. But we also partner with UCs. So there's 141 students that specifically transferred to the UCs, 43 students enrolled in a partner law school, and 208 students enrolled in dual enrollment when they were in high school and community college. So yeah, that speaks to the success of all of the campuses and the resources and the mentors and the folks that are there to help students with the application process. And I did want to also note that there's many more, students in the pathway. So there's always some, limitations to research and how, collecting data. So I'm sure there's many more students out there that were part of the program. And also I think this highlights the importance of putting in the application that you're a Cal Law Scholar. So when students are participating, let's say if somebody didn't know, that they can put that on their application, then they might not show up in our data because we pulled this directly from the schools. So when students self-report that they're a Cal Law Scholar in the application, that's where we, pull the information. So yeah, so just, again, want to kind of highlight that, make sure that as you're applying that you put that in your application.
Gladys, can I share? There is a question in the chat that says, what if your community college is not a partner, or does my campus have to have does my community college have to be part of Cal Law? So I just wanted to share what basically on the Cal Law pathways, if your community college does not have a pathway to law school program, I'd encourage you to talk to some of their faculty and see if they want to start one, and you can help initiate that. Number one. Number two, in the meantime, you find a neighboring community college that does. Even here at COC, like a lot of the courses, basically you could take them at other colleges. You need to at least take one in residence at our community college. You could do it at ELAC or any of the community colleges that does have a Cal Law Pathways program. A lot of our programs some are in person, some are virtual. So I'd recommend, maybe try to find one that's local to you. That way, if there are in-person activities, you could still participate in those. But what's virtual is open to everybody, and you could still participate. we would just need those transcripts. We'd need your official transcript from the school that you're attending, and then we could work out, where to take these classes. What have you already taken that are part of the 7-course sequence, and what's missing that you could at least take at that home institution. So I'll put my email in the chat. You're always welcome to email me and we can get you connected for those that are interested and may not have a school right now. But be an advocate. Talk to your, departments. Maybe go to the, if there's a paralegal department on campus or political science or U.S. history, go talk to those department chairs and say, hey, I learned about this Cal Law Pathways. How can we get one started at our school?
Yes, we really encourage that. We love that. We love to see student leaders. We just met with, I think it might have been De Anza College, but it was the president of the pre-law society there, and the student just learned about Cal Law, wanted to, have it at their school, went and found a faculty champion. We met with them, so now we're in the process of trying to get the contract and bring them on board. So yes, if you would like a Cal Law Pathways program on your campus, find a pre-law advisor, find a counselor, just reach out to us, and we can kind of help you with the next steps and getting the right allies, on your campus to learn about the program and the requirements and get that going. And in the interim, we just invited them to attend our events so they can see, kind of what it's all about. So there's always ways to connect. Definitely just reach out to us. How do I know if my campus has a Cal Law pathway? We have a directory online on our website, and we also have a list of partners. So we will be happy to share that with you all in the email so you have that list and you can see, everybody that's partnering. All right, any other questions? Trying to see if anybody has their hand up.
I think some folks were saying the QR code for the UC Transfer Admissions workshop isn't working.
I'm not sure why it's not working, but I will drop the link for you right now inside of the chat, okay?
Thank you.
May I please get Alex Valdivia's contact information? I relate with what he has experienced. Hi, Lydia. Yes, of course. We will make sure that you get that information. That's also going to be included in the package that we email out to everybody. And I know he already said this, but he really wants to connect with students. So just encourage all of you. Like, if you want to connect with Alex, like his contact information's there. We just had a webinar yesterday, but it's for students that are at the four-year university, and we had a Cal Law alumni that came and spoke, and so I'll reach out to her and see if also she's available, but she really wants to get connected with students too. So we love all the emails. So if you want to get connected, just email us. We can even do a follow-up event with like alumni and law school students. So yeah, please just go ahead and email us, but you will definitely get that information in the email. Okay, this is from Kathy Diaz. I work full time while going to law school, so it's hard for me to participate in on-campus activities. I've been active in the American Legion instead. Does that kind of outside involvement count toward the leadership and service experience law schools are looking for? And Dr. Ken, Liz, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on that one.
Oh, go ahead, Dr. Ken.
Oh, I think Liz, you put in the chat a very, very good answer there. Yeah, folks, leadership takes all sorts of forms, folks. Service, it's being engaged in the community in whatever form that is. It's doing things that are for others, right? So yes, definitely that would count. So yeah, Liz, sorry about that. Yeah. Did you want to add, Liz?
Oh, I was just saying, we absolutely, like, we know you all have such busy roles, like you're outside of school, you're working full time, you have family responsibilities. So whatever you can give, it benefits one, the community, and then you learn from that experience. You build mentorship relationships with the folks that you're volunteering with, and they can help provide possible letters of recommendations in the future and guide and support you along the way. So absolutely, anytime. And every minute counts. It doesn't have to be, it could be 4 hours a week. It could be something an hour a week, whatever works in your schedule. So don't think that it has to be like this full-time, part-time job. Whatever you can give to gain experience and contribute, it'll benefit both ways. You're going to learn from it. And it'll help guide you. Absolutely. So don't underestimate the work that you're already doing. It sounds like you're already doing some great work. Yeah.
I see a question here from Bonnie Burr. Can we join CalLaw even though there is no CalLaw pathway at our community college campus? So back to what Liz was saying, let's get that started. But also, yes, absolutely. Please just email us. We will send you an interest form so you can sign up, and we can share events with you so you can come to our events and kind of see what CalLaw is all about. Is there a certain age to be part of the program? No, definitely not. That's what I love about community college. I was a community college student. Like anybody can attend community college at any point in time. Everybody has their own unique journey, towards their career and just life, and we're here to appreciate that. So yeah, no, I would just say like, um, we have the CalLaw Pathway program like at certain community colleges. Like it's already kind of been established. You could say they're right. We have like the pre-law professor, we have a counselor and classes to get, the certificate. But there are other campuses that want to join, and we want to, kind of help with getting those other programs going. If a student is interested in CalLaw and you don't have a program at your school, please just reach out because like I mentioned, we have an interest form. We can get you connected. So I think most of our programming does kind of start and happen there, but we have so many partners across institutions at the undergrad, at the four-year institutions, at the law school. So no, there's no age, and there isn't even like a full requirement for what program, CalLaw program you're in. Just please, email us, fill out our interest form, and we'll get you connected.
Yeah, just want to add that, at ELAC, and I know at all the other Pathway Law School campuses too, folks, we had students that were as young as 16 in a dual enrollment high school program to in their 50s, right, who just started in the program. We actually had multi-generational students where their parent is in the program and their child is in the program too. So folks, you can go to law school. You have that dream. There is no age limit or age minimum requirement, folks. In fact, we went to a couple of law schools. Older law students have started a club at the various law schools called the Owls, the Older Wiser Law Student Club, right? So folks, any age, just have that dream and you will achieve it, folks. Just work towards it.
I thought I saw a hand up. Let me see. Did somebody just recently have their hand up?
Stephanie? Hi, hello. So I guess I have a few questions. So I'm currently enrolled at ELAC. I decided to stay another year to not only finish the program with the Cal Law Pathways, but I'm also at West Los Angeles College, and something that piqued my interest is trying to bring that to West because there's a lot of students there that I know are very interested in having that, considering that they have a paralegal program as well as ELAC, and theirs is ABA approved. So I just want to see, like, basically, how can I get West involved in Cal Law Pathways so that the students over there can also have the same opportunities that I was very blessed with here at ELAC.
Yeah, thank you, Stephanie, for your leadership. Like it always starts with students, just wanting the best for themselves, for their community. Yeah, just send us an email, and what we can do is first meet with you just to kind of get to know you, get to know the campus, and identify who would be our potential, liaisons on that campus, like the, faculty and counselor allies on that campus. And then we can set up a meeting with them to then kind of talk about like what Cal Law is, the requirements to join and whatnot. So there's other folks in the process that can help get that going so you can get the program on your campus.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let me see. Are there any other hands up? Okay, I see a question in the chat asking how expensive is law school, a rough estimate. I think it does kind of vary, right? Like whether it's a part-time program or a full-time program, which, law school, are you looking at California? Are you looking at a law school out of state? Because sometimes those better options. I think it can vary too in terms of like the type of financial aid that you get, whether it's you get merit-based, need-based, scholarships. It can kind of vary a lot. I feel like I saw recently like an average can be something around like 120 to 168,000 or something to that extent. But we can follow up with that information. There are like reports that kind of look at that, so we can definitely get that back to you. But more importantly, just in terms of how to finance, law school, there's a lot of resources out there. Like Access Lex has toolkits, webinars, presentations on how to even prepare to finance law school, like before you even apply, like just paying for like the LSAC and whatnot. The things that you can do to like apply for scholarships and financial aid early on. So since you brought that up, I'll also make sure that we include that, in the email that goes out to you. Definitely, when you have some time, check that out, Access Lex and their financial webinars, because they explain in a little bit more depth about that. Stephanie?
Hi, I have another question. Are you only connected with schools that are ABA approved?
At the moment, our partner law schools, yes, they are 16 ABA accredited law schools in California. There's a total of 17. The other one is Stanford, and we don't have a formal partnership yet. So yeah, at the moment, that's kind of what it looks like. But that's just the statewide program. That's just in terms of offering the free fee waiver, for when you apply. Those law schools provide that. When you apply to those law schools, you can put Cal Law Scholar. That's where we're at right now. However, your local, Cal Law Pathways program might have many more, connections to other law schools.
Yeah, the only reason that I ask is I was interested in Trinity Law School. You only need an associate's to transfer into Trinity Law School, and much like some of the students here who are, concerned about the prices of law school, I know that they offer a couple of scholarships. My only issue with it is not an ABA approved school. So I guess my question would be if there's any body that has gone the non-traditional route and went to an ABA, non-ABA accredited school that were able to either successfully become lawyers or successfully use their JD from non-accredited schools.
So A non-accredited school is you can definitely go. Unaccredited schools, in terms of ABA accreditation, let's say they are California accredited, you'll get a degree, and definitely we've had some lawyers who have gone through that route and have become very successful. The ABA accredited law schools, one thing that is kind of an advantage there is that you do have the metrics in terms of bar passage rate, in terms of kind of the data going for those ABA accredited law schools, in terms of how many people are entering the profession, getting a job after law school, and it's rather high. So it's a balancing act, folks. There are pros and cons to all of this. Right now, Cal Law is partnered with the ABA accredited law schools. Again, graduating from an ABA accredited law school allows you to go outside of the state of California to practice law and take the bar exam in other states as well. So something to also consider. But yeah, there have been successful attorneys who have come out of unaccredited, not unaccredited, but non-ABA accredited law schools. Great questions, Stephanie. Great questions.
Thank you.
It is, and we had an advisory council member who went to a local CalBar accredited law school and is a district in-house counsel and loves what he's doing. There's several attorneys that are part of our network that did not go to our one of the ABA accredited law schools, doing amazing work. So it is possible to go to either CalBar accredited or ABA accredited law school. And I'll just go back to I'll encourage you to check in with your campus, because I did see how a lot of our partners have other partnerships with law schools, and just kind of see what kind of law school tours or connections they may have there, or even in other states.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, and we'll take one more question. I see Martin.
Oh, yes. So I was the one that actually asked about the pricing for law school earlier. It was California that I was planning on doing, but the reason for it, I guess, is that I was asking is because I'm in the Army and I'm planning on getting out soon, and I know that I get the benefit of the GI Bill, so I just wanted to know if it's better if I use it with my bachelor's or law school, depending on obviously which one would be more expensive, That was the reason why I was kind of asking to see how expensive law school is, or yeah.
I was going to say thank you for serving, Martin. Yeah, if you could save it for law school, I think that you're going to get the biggest bang on your return there, because law school is going to be the most expensive in relation to the undergraduate. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, well, I want to thank you all for coming here today, for taking the time to come learn about the Cal Law Pathways program, meet our amazing allies, professors, counselors, everybody that's involved. So thank you for taking the time. We're going to email you all the recording, the presentation slide, several resources that you'll have. But I just want to encourage you to reach out to any of us. You can reach out to our program, Dr. Ken, Liz, some of our speakers. We're here for you. We want to connect with you. So please, just feel comfortable doing so. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for attending. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks so
Thank
much,
you.
everybody.